Hey everyone, welcome back. You're watching Rhythm Revive, the real high. Here on this channel, we talk about holistic wellness, where well being is not just about physical health, but also mental and spiritual harmony, touching every facet of our lives from personal to professional to social connections.
So now we'll get into the solution part of it, जो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. एंड सोल्यूशन के लिए एक चीज़ होती है एक्सरसाइज करना. एक्सरसाइज से हम अपने कहीं ना कहीं हार्मोनल चेंजेस लेके आते हैं. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ हैप्पी हार्मोन्स, dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, right? The second thing, if you can let me know about, we said about giving time to ourselves, sitting down, meditating. The third is about going with friends, okay, and just doing something to cope up with the same. Right. The fourth is about getting into medicines, okay, or seeking first a counselor. That is the fourth thing, maybe. And fifth is going to the medical doctor, taking medicines for years and years. So if you can break down all of this.
Okay. As you rightly said, physical and mind and body are not two different entities. When there is a change in the mind, there will be a change in the body. And when there is a change in the body, there will be a change in the mind.
Yes.
So that is where physical exercise becomes very, very important. Again, be it whatever, whether they like Zumba, whether they like going to gym, or whether they like doing yoga, or just going for walk, whatever it is, but there is a requirement of regular body exercise or physical exercise.
How much does it impact the mind?
It definitely impacts the mind, as you said. Apart from the hormonal changes, also it nourishes your mind, in the sense, जब भी आप एक्सरसाइज करते हो, शुरुआत में लग सकता है कि थोड़ा थकान हो रहा है, लेकिन वो ही एनर्जी होके कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. तो and it always, I mean, early morning exercise is always something that is rejuvenating your body. So after a nice good sleep, it is always good to start your day with some warm up exercise and
Right.
some bending,
Workouts.
workout, etc., etc., so that it is rejuvenating your body and mind.
And that's helping the mindset.
100%.
That's helping to get rid of stress, and that's helping to get a good sleep.
Yes.
And then energizing yourself so that you can be more productive.
Yes. So in fact, I myself have experienced this. I am somebody who walks every day. So whenever I do not go for walk, by the time it is 9 o'clock in the evening, and late evening, I'm dead tired. But on the day when I have worked out or when I have done some exercise, I'm still energetic in the late evening as well.
Yes.
So whatever the burning happens here actually boosts for the long run. I think it is like rocket. कि पहले बर्न करो तभी आगे बढ़ पाओगे.
Exactly.
तो शुरू में मतलब दिन में सुबह में बर्न करने में हमें कोई तकलीफ नहीं होना चाहिए, रहना भी नहीं चाहिए.
And that is when a lot of people tell me that exercise किया and पूरा दिन अच्छा चला गया, और हमने जो भी चीजें बैलेंस थी, हमारी social life, हमारी personal life, professional life, everything is going in a better way.
You feel light in
Right.
the first place. Both, I mean, when you're feeling light in your body, definitely it impacts your mind as well, and you feel light. नहीं तो काफी लोग ये भी समझते हैं कि जब भी मोटापा होता है तो people start feeling less confident about themselves. They will be either looking at their own clothes and checking out their clothes and seeing, okay, am I looking good enough? So that is where the problem is. So if your body is not well maintained, if it is not healthy enough, if it is not flexible enough, तो आपको कहीं ना कहीं दर्द आता रहेगा.
Right.
आप ऑफिस में बैठे हो, काम कर रहे हो, तो यहाँ पे दिक्कत प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, कोई दर्द हो रहा है. Because of this pain, your irritability may increase, because of which you may end up fighting with another person of your, I mean, who may be a colleague, and that may spoil your relationship, that may spoil your reputation. And what is the root cause? The lower back pain.
That's such a big thing.
Yes. So that is why I'm saying that we should take care of physical, mental, spiritual, all health in equal terms.
Maybe you went to on a business meeting and somewhere or other it did not click because your mind, is not working in the right way.
Precisely.
And that has to do with your financial expense, जिसके लिए पूरी दुनिया काम कर रही है.
बिल्कुल.
Right.
तो वहीं पे तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये सारा इंटरकनेक्टेड है. तो if you neglect any one of it, that's where you will pay a big price. In fact, I would like to recall one of the statements that Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, late Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, made, that he made right investments in every sphere of his life except his health. And that is where we lost him at a very early age. Even 60s is not a old age to die.
Yes.
So that is where I feel that everyone has to invest in every sphere of their life, and health being one of the very, very important ones.
Absolutely. And if you are tired, basically, clients tell me that, I'm tired, that's why I don't want to work out. I'm stressed, that's why I'm not able to work out, and I don't have time. So if you are in these three categories, make sure that you work out.
बिल्कुल अगर आज टाइम नहीं है तो बाद में पूरे पूरे दिन इसी के लिए निकालना पड़ सकता है अपना सारा काम छोड़ के। उससे अच्छा हर रोज 1 घंटा निकाल दो ताकि लंबे समय जी सके और अच्छे से जी सके।
जी बिल्कुल। All right, so coming to the second thing, that is yoga and meditation.
Yeah, so yoga and meditation is very, very useful in multiple ways. For example, when you look at Ashtanga yoga, again, I don't go to Yama, Niyama and so on, but at least the three things that are very, very popularly known, that is asana, pranayama and dhyana. So even Patanjali Yoga Sutra mentions about this order, that you have to maintain this order. Now, what happens when you practice yoga? The asanas help you in increasing flexibility. Pranayama actually suffices a lot of oxygen to your body. Many times you feel stressed because you feel inadequate, you feel fatigue, you feel there is no lack of energy because of which you are feeling stressed. So when you do pranayama, you actually are sufficing, or you are supplying so much of oxygen to your cellular level that it starts rejuvenating, and then you feel relaxed, and then you are able to handle the stressful situation. So that is where pranayama becomes very, very important. And coming to meditation, meditation is again a very fantastic technique or a tool that people have evolved, where you go to the state of blank. Again, काफी लोगों को ये सवाल होगा कि मेडिटेशन करते कैसे
जी,
क्योंकि काफी बार लोग बोलते हैं मेडिटेशन करने से सब ठीक हो जाता है। पहली बात ये भी गलत है क्योंकि मेडिटेशन करने से डिसऑर्डर्स ठीक नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन मेडिटेशन एक सपोर्ट स्ट्रक्चर की तरह बहुत अच्छा काम करता है। अब आता हूँ कैसे मेडिटेशन करना है, क्योंकि काफी लोग बोलते हैं कि 20-25 मिनट लगता है या 1 घंटा लगता है, कौन बैठता है, आजकल किसी के पास टाइम है नहीं।
जी जी जी।
तो इस वजह से काफी लोग कभी कभार मेडिटेशन करते ही नहीं। अब सिंपल तरीका ये है कि आप अगर आंखें बंद करके आप लंबे सांस लेते हुए, if you are able to focus yourself towards your nostrils and observe the way the air is going in and out, and keep on observing the same without even doing anything, and slowly your mind will start becoming blank, and that blank state itself is something that we need to achieve through meditation.
Wow.
It's nothing else, you don't have to do anything else. And in case in the initial days if you are getting too many thoughts when you are getting into the meditative state, तो it is very easy to address this problem also. ये मेरा एग्जाम्पल नहीं है, मेरा गुरु ने मेरे को बताया था
जी।
जब किसी ने ये सवाल पूछा कि बहुत सारे थॉट्स आते हैं तो मेडिटेटिव स्टेट में ये जो ब्लैंक स्टेट में जाए कैसे, तो उसके लिए उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल ये दिया था कि imagine yourself to be standing on a bus stand on the roadside. Buses will come
and it will go.
You don't get into that.
Right.
Likewise, thoughts will come and they will go, but don't engage yourself with the thoughts.
Right, and your focus has to be on your breath.
Absolutely, you just keep on witnessing your breath. तो मैं अपना एक और एग्जांपल निकाल चुका हूँ इसके लिए कि suppose a guest comes to your home and you don't talk to them, you don't entertain them, you are doing your own work. Then can this guest remain in your house? No. They will feel embarrassed and they will go. Likewise, thought comes as a guest.
This is amazing. This is super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is how, if you don't react or don't respond to the thoughts, then they will go, and naturally you will go to the state of blankness. And how long you can stay in that state of blankness is what matters. तो जितना आप उस इसमें एक क्या स्थिति में रह सकते हैं
जी
उतना आपके लिए अच्छा लगेगा और आपका ज्यादा से ज्यादा रिएक्शन से रेस्पॉन्स की तरफ आप बढ़ेंगे। जनरली हमें काफी बार स्ट्रेस इसलिए होता है कि हम रिएक्ट कर देते हैं या गुस्सा इसलिए होता है कि हम रिएक्ट कर देते हैं।
जी
उसी समय में अगर आप रिएक्ट करने की बजाय अगर रेस्पॉन्ड करने लगोगे तो काफी सारा प्रॉब्लम अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा और आपका स्ट्रेस लेवल भी घटेगा।
That's a great point. And whenever I get to this blank state, because sometimes I practice this, blank state में होता क्या है कि you get towards being calmer and आपसे एक silent state में जाते हो, जहाँ पर सिर्फ आप हो और that's a great place to be in, like a child full of innocence, maybe calmness.
100%. I mean, as you were mentioning, I could experience it myself because I also practice meditation every day.
Right.
And that level of blankness is absolutely bliss. You have nothing else. It's all enjoying state.
And you get all the answers to your problems,
Yes.
right?
So that is how meditation actually helps in stress management. And the third thing that you were mentioning about is
Family support.
Family support.
Yeah.
Again, it is very, very important because, for example, somebody is going through financial stress. Because stress can be coming from different areas. Now, somebody is going through financial stress, then family needs to be there. That is when the person may be or will be able to handle that problem. It doesn't mean that all the family members will have to pull in money. It is simply saying that we understand that you are going through this financial stress. In case of any kind of crisis, we are there with you, so that it gives a moral support to the person who can figure out what are the different avenues for him or her to earn money and then get rid of the financial stress. So likewise, whenever there is a person who is going through any stressful situation,
right,
the moment family comes together and says that we are there with you, that is the emotional
support
and the moral support, both are very, very important, which is definitely available in the family level.
And same goes with, I think, friends and colleagues. I think support can be anyone to you.
I agree totally with you that wherever you are able to create that support structure, naturally you will be able to thrive and beat the problems.
So it's important to talk as well. Sometimes we go into our own shell that we don't want to talk or express to anybody. But I think that one support is also enough.
100%. I think whenever you feel vulnerable, it is better you share it with your loved ones. They will not judge you, but they will be able to support you. And again, recently I also came across this incident where a young girl committed suicide, and the family was, wondering if we had got to know that she was going through this. Probably we would have helped her and made her to cross that issue.
Right.
So again, once the life is lost, then it is lost. So that is where I say that be it any stress, be it stress at school or college or workplace or life, personal, professional, wherever it is, if you feel stressful, be vocal to say that you are feeling stressful.
Absolutely, and it's really important for people to understand around you as well, because sometimes we do not understand the people around us. So it's, I think, both ways. That is where the help can take place, isn't it? Apart from this, sometimes you do get towards a negative support when it comes to, for example, friends ही हैं. I think यार चलो यार cigarette पी लेते हैं यार, ये कर लो and this will help you out. So how can we get rid of those things, not getting into the negative mechanisms?
Yeah, this is another again distractive mechanism that people suggest you कि हाँ beer पी लेते हैं तो सारा भूल जाओगे फिर stress free हो जाओगे. So this is something that we need to really address. Be it eating junk, be it drinking, be it smoking or taking drugs as well. Any of these measures are not healthy and should not be propagated. And in case if your friends are actually pulling you towards it, instead of falling prey to that, you should always take a stand and say, look, I am going through stress and I need help, but not this. I need a different help altogether. So that is how one should be vocal about vocal to say that no, this is not the way of coping stress. So one has to be very, very mindful, because in the name of coping stress, if one gets into this issue, then it becomes another problem to be addressed.
It's a chain.
Yes, then you are falling into a vicious cycle. So instead of that, you always ensure that you are coping with stress in the healthiest way.
And as you said, pranayama meditation helps a lot. So instead of taking a cigarette break, maybe take a breathing break.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Correct. And in case if you're not able to address your stress out of any of these mechanisms, then please feel free to reach out to a therapist.
And that is where our fourth point comes in.
Yes. So therapists will be able to help you to look at what are the stress causing agents, and how you can address with all these stress causing agents. In simple terms, I would say that psychology talks about two methods of stress management. So, as I mentioned about problem focused and emotion focused coping, therapists will be able to guide the person of what is the best way to address with that specific stress causing agent. That is where the role of a therapist plays a major role. And in case if there is any childhood trauma related with the stress, then that can also be addressed through the.
And it has nothing to do with medicine. It has nothing to do with.
Absolutely. I mean, psychotherapy doesn't have or doesn't include any medication. The fifth point that we were mentioning about was the medication that we generally call as pharmacotherapy. So it is generally prescribed by a qualified psychiatrist, and that too after crossing all these stages, if the psychotherapist also decides that probably this needs a psychiatric intervention, in that case only you will be referred to a psychiatrist, and that is when you may take medication. But in general, for stress, you may not need much of medication as such. So that is the final resort. In case if that nothing works, then you may think of taking medication.
Medicines. At the medication has a chain towards it. That if you start taking medication, again you're falling the sleep issues and thoughts. You're not going to come out of it the way you could have by using the methods, the 4 methods.
Absolutely. So that is why I always suggest in any case, if you have any mental health challenges, first reach to a therapist and then go to a psychiatrist, depending on it.
एब्सोल्युटली. सो बहुत सारी चीज़ें, बहुत सारी बातें हमने की और ये भी जाना कि सोल्यूशन जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं आपके पास है और बात करने से ही बात बनेगी. एंड देयर शुड बी नो स्टिग्मा टुवर्ड्स मेंटल हेल्थ. And wonderful, it's a great day to celebrate the World Mental Health Day. The reason being that all of us are suffering from severe issues, lot of issues, and we need to take care of ourselves, and we can only take care of ourselves and each other. Okay, so koi judgment nahi or koi stigma nahi. Just make sure that you take care of yourself and keep exercising, keep changing your lifestyle. And anything you want to say to our viewers?
Yeah, before to the viewers, I would like to acknowledge your effort in making this video come up, because as a fitness enthusiast and as a fitness freak, you are taking an initiative to talk about mental health as well, because I'm sure you understand that they are integral part of our own health. So I really appreciate your effort in doing this video, and also asking very interesting questions over there. And at the same time, I would like to share to the viewers that if you have stress, don't consider that everyone has stress, so what's the big deal? Instead of that, address your stress so that you can lead a life with a lot of freedom, and that can definitely enhance quality of life, and you can become a better person with whatever you're doing. So don't ignore stress, but address that.
Fantastic. With these words, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.